ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A question to Ahmadiyya Jamat. Dear viewers, the preachers of the Ahmadiyya Jamaat say one thing very boldly. The Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, "My Ummah will split up into 73 sects and only one of those will be a dweller in heaven." And after that, with great boldness, they declare their own Jamaat to be a heavenly sect. Then the next part of the decree of the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, is distorted in meaning and pasted on themself and says, look, the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, while explaining the sign of this sect, said, مااناعلیہ واصحابی. Viewers, this translates to those who will be on the path of my companions and me, while the Ahmadiyya Jamat distorts the meaning and says that it means those who will be on the conditions of my companions and me. Then they deceive by saying that the infidels of Makkah also imposed various restrictions on the companions and the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and used to torture them. Similarly, there are various restrictions on us in Pakistan and various punishments are imposed on us. Consequently, our Jamaat is to be the sect of paradise because our conditions are similar to theirs. More than a laugh, one regrets the ignorance of how they have made shortcuts to mislead themselves and others. Subscribe to our channel for more updates. Viewers, if this shortcut formula is applied, then every thief, adulterer, drunkard, rascal, murderer, robber, bandit, and corrupt person in the world can say this when he is penalized for his crime. We seek refuge in Allah. I am on the truth and I belong to heaven. In the same way the infidels of Makkah used to punish and torture the companions, so we also have the same conditions as the companions and we became heavenly. However, today we are questioning the preachers of Ahmadiyya Jamaat on their formula of مااناعلیہ واصحابی. If the connotation of this hadith is that their conditions will be like ours, then the restrictions of Sahaba just stayed for a few years. Sometime before the conquest of Makkah, on the occasion of Hudaybiyah, all Muslims were spared from several restrictions and suffering punishments. A few restrictions in Hudaybiyah also ended with the conquest of Makkah. Muslims established their Islamic state in Medina and then conquered Makkah, and those polytheists of Makkah who were against them, who imposed restrictions and gave torture, suffered the worst defeat. After that, they had to accept the Islamic government, and they were paying taxes in Makkah. In a short period of 30 years after defeating the two superpowers of that time, Rome and Persia, they conquered a large part of earth and established their governments there, and established the Islamic Caliphate, covering a vast area of 2.4 million square miles, which had dozens of states and its own army, its own institutions, its own courts, and its own constitution and law. Islam's sovereignty was accepted, and the religion of Islam was prevalent. 30 years was a brief time. Tell me, it has been 150 years since your party was established. How many countries have you conquered? How many superpowers have you overthrown? The restrictions changed into their ruling there in a few years. Far be it from you to rule. You can't even remove restrictions. There, the Muslims possessed their state of Medina during the possession of Makkah by the infidels. And here, in 150 years, a state is far away. You people could not even build a town. Has the meaning of this hadith, مااناعلیہ واصحابی, changed here? Or were they already misleading people by making a wrong interpretation? Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates.